EdenSayesCrew.com. What was the conversation at halftime, and what was the message that you gave to them to have that ignited third quarter?
I mean, it was just about, all the small things that make up team, and how we carry one another. And, in the first half, it felt like we were just searching, but we were searching on our own. So we just wanted to make sure, to hit home that everything we do together. And we're such a better basketball team when, we're a collective and when we're lifting each other up and when we're supporting one another and we're playing with that positive energy that carries one another and uplifts one another. So that was it. And I thought they did a great job of carrying that through.
0 points for Max in the first half and then 20 in the third quarter. What is it like to see someone just get like that hot?
Yeah, it started with him, getting out in transition and getting 2 easy layups, right? So now those are momentum shifting plays. Those are confidence building plays. But then he had it going. And, what I was most pleased about, and we keep talking about team, his teammates kept finding him. He didn't do that on his own, just creating ISOs. His teammates did a heck of a job of getting him the basketball. He did a heck of a job creating separation to get to his spot. But I think that's what the essence of team is you recognize a guy's trying to pull you forward, and then you do whatever you can to make sure you're helping him.
Darius had 24 and 8 tonight. Kind of looked like he was finally getting into the rhythm of playmaking. What is it like for him to take that step and be able to get into the passing game? Yeah,
when the ball's in his hands, everybody's an option. And I think his teammates know that. And that's the thing with, Darius is, people want to play with him and people want to play for him. And, it's because, he does things creatively, but he does things so selflessly. And he just makes the right play. And I think our big guys, they feed off of it because now they're able to make plays. And I think we saw that tonight, how our big guys worked together in crucial moments. So, it's great to see him getting it going. He only had the 1 turnover in the second half also, which is even better. But, we need him. We need him to be big time every night.
Coach, you talk about points in the... Just raise your hand and I'll call in. We got other people before you. Joe?
Joji has Tristan played less than 8 minutes, but it seemed like he turned the momentum around, 4 big offensive rebounds. Talk about his performance.
Yeah, we talked about it pregame. And, there's a reason why he's made it this long in this league. The dude impacts winning in a way that, most people can't. And it's, not a score, not a, whatever it may be, but it's just a gritty, tough, nasty thing that nobody else is willing to do. And it just makes a difference in winning. And his teammates need that from him. So again, I couldn't be more proud of him, but we're so fortunate to have him here with us.
Jackson Flickinger, right down Euclid. So this is a couple times now that you've gone to Tristan for those late game defensive stops. What is it about him that makes him so useful in that role?
One, there's a trust that he's not going to make a mistake. He studies the game of basketball. He knows his opponent's strengths and weaknesses. He's got size and he can move his feet. He can guard multiple positions from 5s to 1. So, having the trust that he understands what's getting ready to happen and then the ability to go out and execute it.
Craig didn't get any minutes tonight. Is that something that you kind of expect going forward when the team's fully healthy?
No, again, we got to figure out how to get all those guys on the court. We want to put Craig on the floor. It is difficult when you have so many guards and you're trying to work some guys back into the rotation and make sure they get minutes as well. But, Craig is a guy who we want to play. And just tonight, it just didn't happen.
And Nick Toombs, ESPN radio coach, you kind of talked about the points in the paint already, but what was the difference? Kind of elaborate. Why do you think you guys found so much success tonight in the paint?
I think it was First of all, it starts with our defense for us. And I thought in that second half, in the third quarter in particular, we just did a great job of taking challenges and protecting one another and limiting their opportunities. And that's where it all starts for us. We are a defensive first team when we're at our best, and our defense translates to offense for us. So I think it started there. But then again, we were attack minded, and that's where our offense starts is, we keep talking about it. You got to win the paint. And, when you have dynamic drivers like we have, when you have elite rim finishing and paint finishing bigs, you have an advantage there, and you got to create as many of those advantages as you can.
Last one.
What is the conversation like with Donovan, who's been struggling with the ball a little bit, and you still want him to be confident in those spaces?
I mean, there's no conversation. Donovan knows we have the ultimate belief in him, and law of averages mean next coming games there's going to be an explosion. And we believe in him. His teammates believe in him. But, again, what I think is important it's about the team. And his teammates stepped up, on a night where he didn't have a great shooting night. But he didn't let that deter him either from trying to do other things. He didn't put his head down. He competed defensively. He still tried to get his teammates involved. So his shot making is going to come. There's no doubt about that.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you.